What's going on, guys? It's your boy CMB. We are talking Edgar Berlanga, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. I did get a chance to watch the fight last night. I didn't get to make a post-fight reaction, so I'm doing it now. Getting ready to have my first meal of the day, guys, which is a green smoothie. I typically do intermittent fasting. I've been doing that for about 8-9 years now. I have a raw meal late in the day, and then I have one cooked meal, so I don't eat a whole lot of food, and it's been working beautifully for me. But anyway, I digress. We're talking Edgar Berlanga. First of all, shout out to Edgar Berlanga for winning by unanimous decision last night, improving his record to 21-0. Now, I did have my criticisms of Berlanga, even though he won the fight. We're going to talk about that a little bit. But first, Jason Quigley. I thought Jason Quigley boxed beautifully last night, working behind the jab, using great footwork, had great counterpunching ability last night, being very accurate with his counterpunches, keeping Berlanga honest last night. I thought he did a terrific job. I know a lot of people were expecting Berlanga to go in there and make a statement last night and wash Quigley, but it didn't happen. And the reason it didn't happen is because of the skill set that Quigley brought to the table. Now, I think that if Quigley could have been a boxer puncher, having more power, it would have been an even tougher fight for Berlanga, in my opinion. But, you know, Quigley doesn't really have that power, but he brought a lot of other technical attributes to the table. Now, the knockdowns. I know a lot of people are talking about the knockdowns. There were actually 4 knockdowns scored for Berlanga. It was one in the 3rd round. He knocked him down with a right hand, which was a legitimate knockdown. He had him up against the ropes. I think that was Quigley's Achilles heel, getting caught in those ropes, and that's where Berlanga seemed to shine. There was a knockdown in the 5th round, which honestly, guys, that wasn't a knockdown. Quigley tripped over his own feet, getting away from Berlanga. I don't know what the official, the referee was looking at in that. I don't know why they called that a knockdown. I thought that was kind of odd. The other knockdowns both happened in the 12th round, where he was dropped again in the ropes with a right hand. And then the second knockdown, I think it was more of a push down. So it was another bad call by the referee, in my opinion. But the thing that I saw last night with Berlanga, he didn't know how to cut off the ring. He was pretty much chasing Quigley around the ring, loading up on his punches, not using his jab, you know, kind of laxing with it at times, not being consistent with it. You know, I saw him throwing combinations, but he wasn't being consistent with that. Sometimes he was loading up on shots. And he just seemed to be at a loss to what to actually do. He was just more trying to get that one-hitter quitter and get him up out of there. And here's the problem with that. A lot of times these platforms, you know, they want to sell these guys with the power because they know that they can sell that to the casual boxing fan, because that's just business. But the problem lies in when you step up in competition. You know, you've been knocking out all these guys, and then you step up in competition, then you're not able to do that, and you don't have anything behind it, and it kind of exposes what you're lacking in. That's the problem with, you know, a fighter being enamored by his own power and not working on his skill set. And I think that Berlanga has a lot to do when it comes to his skill set. You can't rely on power if you expect to fight the guys like Caleb Plant, if you expect to fight the guys like David Benavidez, if you expect to fight the guys like Canelo Alvarez. You're going to have to bring more to the table than just power. You're going to have to work on your skill set. You're going to have to become a well-rounded fighter. You know, the well-rounded fighters are the ones that pretty much, in my book, tend to last, tend to last in this game. Working on your weak points. Working on your weak points is something that every fighter should be doing. You know, when you're good at something, you should be working on the things that you're weak at. And Berlanga's weak in his footwork, you know, that type of stuff. Working behind the jab, just basic fundamentals. You know, he's always trying to get that one big shot, and that's not going to always work with everybody. So I think he needs to go back to the drawing board and work on some things. Now, he did call out Jaime Munguia. Now, that fight, I think that fight is a fight that's tailor-made for him. You know, styles make fights, and a lot of times they're going to try to match you with guys that fit your style well. You know, they're not going to try to put him in a ring with a guy who knows how to move, who's a boxer, puncher, who has respectable power and can keep you missing. That's not the type of fight I don't think they want to put Berlanga in the ring with right now, because he just doesn't have the ability to beat a fighter like that. Quigley, he beat Quigley because Quigley didn't have, you know, that power. You know, Quigley had the skill set, but he didn't have the power to keep Berlanga up off of him. And he didn't have the chin as well. So you got a guy with a chin, respectable power, and a good skill set. Berlanga's not beating that guy. So, but anyway, that was my take on that. I just think that Berlanga has some work to do. I know, you know, they want to make him the next big thing, but, you know, he has to bring more to the table if he expects to be the next big thing. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, admitting that, you know, you're lacking in things. I think you could see last night he was disappointed in his own performance. I think he gave himself a C, and he looked disappointed last night. And, you know, that's understandable. He wanted to, I think he wanted to put on a better performance for his fans. He wanted to make a statement last night, and it just didn't happen. And, you know, sometimes when you try to force it, it just doesn't happen. And I think he just needs to work on different things in his game. I think he can be a good boxer if he works on basic fundamentals. Look at Errol Spence Jr. Great fundamentals, guys. And you see how far just the basic fundamentals has taken him to these heights. So tell me what you think, guys, about the fight last night, Edgar Berlanga. Were you impressed? Do you think he needs to work on some things? You guys let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.